Today's class is taught by motorcycle enthusiast Perich, who loves nothing more than strapping on his helmet, jumping on his hog, and riding through the countryside on a nice spring afternoon. And math. He also loves teaching math. Enjoy the show.
Hello, my name is motorcycle enthusiast Perich, and I'm going to teach you math today. It's a very exciting day. My cousin Nicholas told me that I'm teaching Chapter 3 review, and it says here Common Core, so I'm understanding that it's going to be a bit more of a challenge than usual, but I don't know. I'm not really, I don't really prepare for these things. I spend most of my time traveling the country on my hog. And let me tell you something. There's only one thing I like more than riding my hog across the countryside, and that's math. All of us Periches have a love for math, whether it's my cousin Nicholas or my cousin Mortimer, who has COVID-19 in the hospital. He's the one with the messed up back. You met COVID safety Perich before, handsome fella. He's very scared of germs. Not me. Not me. I ain't scared of nothing. Look, I've survived 28 motorcycle accidents in my life. I ain't afraid of no COVID-19, you know? Okay, you guys aren't saying much. That's probably fine. All right, let's get this show on the road. I'm wearing sunglasses, by the way, which makes it extremely difficult for me to see the screen that I'm working on, but you know, I can't take them off because you just can't. So hopefully I can see what I'm doing. And the figure shown below, triangle PQR, is transformed to create triangle P prime, Q prime, R prime. All right, so it looks like what we have is we have ourselves a reflection and then some type of translation. A reflection is a mirror image. Like if you look at my glasses, you might be able to see yourself. Go on, try. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. All right. Now it looks like we transformed. So I don't know. It looks like to me that what we did is we took PQR. Looks like we reflected it. I'll put R for reflect. Reflected it in the x-axis. And then you see, this is the original shape right there. We reflected it over the x-axis, bada bing. And then we move it left, what is that, 2 units? So we move it left 2 units. It's vector formation there. I know vector formation. Do you? Ain't no one's going to say anything anyway, so it doesn't even matter. So that's what we did. Point S will be transformed the same way as triangle PQR. Which sentence could describe how point S will be transformed? All right. So, I see what they did. They translated it first, then reflected it. So let's do a little old switcheroo, okay? Okay, we're going to do a little old switcheroo. I said reflect, then translate, but it looks like what they want to do is they want to translate, then reflect. Okay, so let's translate left 2, don't move up or down, and then we'll reflect it over the x. So let's do that. Let's move S 2 units to the left, 1, 2. Put a little S right there. S prime. And then we're going to reflect it over the x-axis, okay? And so it looks like S prime is 1, 2, 3 units away from the x-axis. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3 units down below the x-axis. We'll call it S double prime. And that appears to be the 0.4 negative tree, which seems to only match up with that guy right there. Okay? Pretty complicated. That's why it's the Common Core problem. Can I help you? She left. Okay. Well, she giggled and then she left. Well, what I was gonna say is there's a reason why this is a Common Core problem. It's pretty challenging. Okay? 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 All right. You guys are quiet. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what's not quiet. When I rev up my Harley when I go to work, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? What about you, Paul? You know what I mean? Paul? He says, yes. Okay, I can read. Which coordinate plane shows that the shaded polygon is the image of the unshaded polygon after a 90-degree counterclockwise rotation? Okay, so it looks like the shaded is the image and the not shaded is the pre-image. So I need to go from the shaded to the not shaded, and I need to go 90 degrees counterclockwise. Which two of these are definitely not the answer? Actually, there's only one obvious answer here. Put in the chat which one of these is a 90 degrees counterclockwise rotation. Go on, don't be shy. Okay? I'm just waiting for you to put the letter in the chat. Come on, I know you kids always be talking when you're in school, huh? You kids always be talking when you're in school, but you ain't gonna talk now? You ain't gonna talk now? I'm sorry, buddy, but whoever said B, that looks like a reflection to me. That looks more of a reflection over the x-axis, so I can't agree with you. Sorry, but I appreciate you guessing. Then A, one of you says. Two of you say A. Hey, I agree. It looks like that rotates 90 degrees that way. This is a translation. This is a rotation. But that ain't, that ain't 90 degrees. That's 180 degrees. Don't mess it up, okay? All right. Hey, you guys are doing good. Okay? You guys are doing good. Okay. Let's do another problem, okay? All right. Okay. The graph below represents a function. You already know that passes the vertical line test. Which single transformation could be applied to the graph so that it no longer represents a function? Well, that's crazy. That's challenging. Remember, a function is if it passes the vertical line test, okay? So I'm moving the line over there. My green line is touching my graph once and only once, so it's going to continue. So I want you to try it. I want you to put in the chat which one of these is going to make it not a function anymore so that it fails the vertical line test. Okay? All right. Okay, I'm just waiting for a response. That's all I'm doing. Just waiting for somebody in the chat, okay? The other day, while you're doing that, the other day I polished my Harley. It looks great. It looks brand new. One of you said C. A rotation of 90 degrees clockwise would make this guy look like this guy. Oh, I guess I need the pen. I can't really write much if I don't even have the pen in my hand. Am I right? I said right. Yo, I know my cousin likes his dad jokes. I think he's funny. Let me take my green line. Hey! Oh, yo, she was right. That girl was right. Good job, Lilaciana. Good job. Okay. C. All right. If I reflect it over the x-axis, just spins it upside down. Doesn't make it not a function, just spins it upside down. If I reflect it along the y-axis, it spins it onto itself, making it rotational symmetry. Actually, I guess that would be reflectional symmetry. I'm embarrassed. I beg your pardon. My hand is itchy. Excuse me. Translation is just going to keep the same old shape. Nothing new. Okay, what do we got going on now? Triangle LNR is graphed on a coordinate plane shown below. A translation 3 units right and 2 units down, followed by, oh, you don't know what dilation is. We need to skip this one. I'm sorry. We didn't do dilations yet, so we're not going to worry about this one. Okay? I'm going to put a poll up on the screen. Hopefully you guys have eyes that are good enough for reading this problem. I'm going to put a poll up. Okay? And in this poll, I'm going to put A, B, C, D. And I'm going to give you like a minute to put your answer in the poll. I want to see how everyone's doing. I don't really know what I'm doing that much with these typewriters. I didn't do too well in school, you know what I mean? Instead of doing my homework, I was always riding with my buddies at the racetrack, just pushing my hog to the limit. You know, driving like 100 miles an hour, stuff like that. I was reckless. Then I got into a car accident, bike accident, hit my head really hard, and knocked all this math sense into me. So I'm really good at math. I ain't good at typing, know what I mean? Okay. I just launched the poll. Oh. I'll give you a minute or two to write your answer out. My old maid texted me. That can't be good. Oh. You know, my old lady, she's crazy. Crazy. Ever since I got out of prison, she's just on my case. You know what I'm saying? Take about 30 more seconds. Which graph shows only a rotation of 180 degrees about the origin of squared JKLM to J prime K prime L prime M prime? Really, there's only one of two options that you can choose, so you just get rid of two of them. You want yourself a rotation here, okay? Got 6 people in. I need a few more before we can move on, okay? Hey, Kamila, good to see you back. You left us for a moment there. That's crazy. You just disappeared. You made noise. You disappeared. Don't say anything. You won't. Okay. She says. Okay, well. Pretty sure that's Gen Z slang for something I don't understand. I don't really understand Gen Z. What does glowing up even mean anyway? You know? What does glowing up mean anyway? You know, you a light bulb or something? You're a light bulb or something. That's what glowing up means. You're a light bulb. Okay, well, so they definitely ain't these two. Because those ain't 180 degrees. So it's got to be one of these two. If you rotate something, okay, and that's the top of it, and you rotate it 180 degrees, it turns upside down, which means the green line is going to become the bottom green line. So JK ain't going to be on the top anymore. JK is going to be on the bottom when you rotate. Does that make sense? Because you're rotating it upside down, which means JK is going to swing upside down and put JK down there. Okay? So as one of you, as Paulie said, the answer is D. So if you said C, hey, I get it. But that ain't rotating. Let's translate, okay? Brew? I don't understand. If you're using that Gen Z language, I don't understand it. Everybody is saying things are lit. What are you making a fire? What are you guys making a fire or something? Okay, on the corner grid shown below, Pentagon J is similar to Pentagon K. Which sequence of transformations could be applied to Pentagon J to create Pentagon K? So I think I'm going to make another poll again. Take a good look at it. Read through each. I'll give you about 2 minutes each. Okay. I'll put some letters up here. Take about 2 minutes and answer this. Okay. Okay, the poll is up. So I want you to read through these options here. And I want you to put the answer that you think it is. Okay? I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Okay. Okay, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Good. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Gonna give you about 30 seconds. Okay. Submit those answers. Clockwise goes in the form of a clock. Okay? So you need to pretend that it's a clock, okay? Oh, did I not help you? I'm sorry. Well, I'm ending the poll anyway. All right, there's your results. So if I were to go, first off, it's definitely not a reflection over the y-axis, because if it was, you would have I like to say that this looks like a crown for like a king, you know? I like to say that this looks like a crown for a king. And if I were to flip it over the y-axis, right, then that little V-looking thing is going to kind of look like that. And that's not what I want. So that ain't good. Similarly with B, I'm not going to draw it out. Here's the problem. If I go clockwise, 90 degrees, my crown is upside down, you know? My crown is upside down, okay? And I don't know about you, but I ain't taking no kings and putting them upside down, right? You guys with me? Okay? Right? Okay? You guys with me? Okay? Yeah? Okay, so if I go clockwise, the crown is upside down. But if I go counterclockwise, then my crown is right side up, and it ends up looking something like this. And then you can go right and up, and that's what it wants you to do. And that's going to be that one. Okay? Okay, you guys did pretty good on that one. Those of you who answered it. A few of you are a little shy, and that's okay. Let me tell you something. In the words of my grandma, you can be shy in class, but once you're shy on a test, you're as good as riding a hog without a helmet. Okay? Okay. Because you'll get a crash and you'll splatter your brains all over the road. Okay? That's what my grandma used to say. Rest in peace, Grams. Actually, she's doing fine. She's 95. 95 sounds like how fast I go down the highway when I strap on my hog. Am I right? Okay. Yeah, who's with me on that one? 95 is a big number. You got that right, Paulie. You got that right, Paulie. Yeah, you better believe I'm speeding. Hey, hey, it ain't breaking the law if I don't get caught, okay? It ain't breaking the law if I don't get caught. Okay? Okay? Okay. Yeah, I can't read it because my eye it's these glasses I can't read because they're sunglasses. Should have rethought that, but I whatever. I live life dangerously. I don't care about reading, right? Right triangle LMN. What was the answer? D. Right triangle LMN. Right triangle LMN is graphed on the coordinate grid below. Two transformations are applied to the triangle to create LMN so that MN and N prime will both be parallel in the same axis. And LN and L prime and L prime and N prime will both be parallel in the same axis. So MN and LN are going to be parallel and in the same axis. Okay? Which pair of transformations will not result? Oh boy, this is tricky. Well, let's see. Let's worry about MN. Oh, that's an eraser. That's an eraser. MN. Okay. Rotation 90 degrees clockwise, followed by a translation 3 units down. So if I rotate it clockwise, it'll show up there. And then when I rotate it 3 units down, it'll end up there. Well, that's not parallel, and that's not parallel. That's not on the same axis either. So that's it. That's the answer. Boy, what a terrible problem. I didn't like it. Now I know because your real teacher, Mr. Perich, showed me the test. You're not going to see a problem like that. But that's that problem. What a dumb problem that was. I didn't like it. Let's move on. You won't see a problem like that on the test. Okay, I think you can handle this one on your own. I'm going to make a poll. Again, I'm going to give you about 2 minutes. Okay, so a question was asked about turning. Clockwise means you're basically taking your hand, right? And you're moving it kind of to the right. Now, I don't like saying to the right because a clock doesn't necessarily go to the right, it just goes around. So I don't like saying to the right, but for lack of a better word, I guess you could say to the right. Counterclockwise goes to the left. I always compare it to a clock. When a clock is ticking, okay, a clockwise goes like this, okay, the way a clock goes, and counterclockwise goes like this. So always compared to what a clock does. Good question. I have video. I'm sorry, Mr. Perich has videos. If you ever want to see them, that might be helpful. Great question. I'm going to give you about another 45 seconds. Let me see. Triangle FGH and triangle FG prime. H prime is showing the coordinates below. Which sequence of transformations could be applied to triangle FGH to create triangle FGH prime? Reception plus the followed by rotation. The rotation. Across the y-axis. Followed by rotation. It's a toughie. It's definitely a toughie. Well, I'm going to end the poll. And I think people think it's either C or D. So, let's see. Or D. Okay. It's definitely not A or B. Those two don't make sense. A rotation 180 degrees clockwise about the origin. So that would put it here. Followed by a translation 3 units up and 1 unit right. Now here's the problem by saying C. It appears that you're going to have an upside down triangle. I ain't having no upside down triangle, you know what I mean? So this ain't C. Let's take a look at B or D, okay? Let's take a look at it. Because that asks you to do 3 things. Tree. That asks you to do 3 things. A reflection across the y-axis. Okay, so it's going to look like that. Rotation 90 degrees counterclockwise. So 90 degrees counterclockwise is going to make you look like that. And then reflect it over the... Oh, did I do it backwards? Reflection over... Hold on. Did I go the wrong way? I think I did. A reflection across the y-axis followed by a rotation 90 degrees counterclockwise about the origin and the reflection over the x-axis. Maybe I did it wrong. It's definitely not B. Maybe there's no answer for this. Huh. Ain't that something? None of these are right. Who would have thought? Unless I'm misreading it, but I don't think I'm misreading it. None of these are right. Well, what a tremendous waste of time. I apologize. None of these. Oh well. Find the magnitude of rotation. The magnitude of rotation is you look for what's called rotational symmetry. How many lines of symmetry can you draw on this thing? And then you take 360 divided by that. What's this shape called? Somebody type it out, okay? Somebody type it out. An octagon. Very good. How many sides does that have? 8. Okay, so I'm going to divide by 8. What do I get? Okay, I get 45. Very good. Magnitude of rotation is you take how many sides it has if it's a regular shape and you do 360 divided by that. Then you get your answer, okay? All right, sorry about that last problem, everybody, but overall, not bad. So, according to your teacher, you have a test coming up. But that's all the time that I have for this lesson. I'm done this lesson. So, I want to thank you for having me here. Okay? I'll stop recording now. Let me hit the buttons necessary to do just that.